All right, what's going on, guys? We are back today with the S6 engine. We got a little shipment from Amazon, a bigger, if you guys remember, we were waiting on the T55. I think this is it. Yeah, T55. T55 is the size to get the bolts out of the back of the torque converter to pull the torque converter off. So we're finally going to be able to take that off, and then more importantly, we're going to be able to get it up on the stand so we can work with a little bit more stability. Going to get the heads pulled off, redo the timing and everything so I can fix that water pump. But I'm going to go through the process of pulling these off. It might take a little bit. The only place I could get the flywheel locker to fit is on the bottom, so I'm going to have to pull a bolt out. It's over here on the starter side. You pull it out from where the starter's housed at. I don't know. You guys probably can't see, but it's basically back inside there. One bolt at a time. I don't know how many there are, but I'm just going to throw it on the time lapse and we're going to pull this thing off here. There it is. That thing was heavy, and those bolts, there was only 3 of them. They were really on there tight, but you can kind of see the little triangle that held it in there. So I think just the last thing I need to do is blast off all of those bolts there for the flywheel. I don't even know. I don't know really anything about automatics. I don't really know. That's obviously just connected to the starter, but whatever. Let's bust these off real quick, and then it looks like we'll have enough room to mount this thing on the engine stand, so that is awesome. 15 millimeter on the impact. Bust these off. All right. This thing might need banged off of there. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. So it just popped off. It just slid off after I took the locking tool out of the bottom. So there it is. I think we're definitely going to be able to get that on the stand. I'm going to throw the tripod on and see if I can not drop the engine on the floor. So as you guys see, we got it up on the stand. I quit last night after I got it up on the stand. It was late, but I woke up this morning and we got the shipment from FCP Euro. This is an entire gasket kit for everything that is involved with the top end of the motor. The valve cover seals, the head gasket, the intake gasket, the exhaust gasket, some of the crank seals in the front, or the cam seals in the front, pretty much everything to make sure these heads are going to be completely sealed up. So I started dismantling the front. I have the crank locked at top dead center. The engine's at top dead center right now, so I'm going to start dismantling the timing, and then we're going to pull the heads off. So making some progress on this beast. All right, boom, we got all that off of there. That took like less than 5 minutes to pull that all off. It's crazy once you get familiar with the engine that you're working on, you can do things a lot quicker. But yeah, never really gave this thing a proper cleaning the first time around. If you guys remember, we did the timing belt video on this. It's one of the first couple videos we did on the S6. But all right, all the stuff in the front should be good. The back, I think we really just need to get this cooling line off the side of the head, and then obviously these main pipes right there off the back. And other than that, I think they should pop off. I'm hoping the exhaust will pull off with the exhaust manifolds, because I did bust one of the bolts off on those. It's super rusty, but yeah, I'm gonna pull these off, and then we'll try and get all those head bolts out and see if they slide off. All right, so I got everything disconnected from here that I pretty much can on these heads. And I went to, put my poly drive in there, and it's actually triple square. So I had to order an extended triple square because my little short triple squares don't fit down inside these holes. So we're gonna have to put a pause on pulling the heads off for now. I think what I'm gonna do to finish off this video, still wanna keep making progress on everything. I just started with this. I have a brass wheel on the grinder, and I'm cleaning up this valve cover. You can see the spots that I've hit already look incredible. Just getting all that oxidation off of there. You can see just the levels of grease and oxidation. I don't think these things were ever cleaned, probably from the time that this thing left the factory. So I'm gonna set up the time lapse, and we're gonna hit this thing and see if we can get it pretty clean. And then once we can get as much as we can with this bigger wheel, I can switch to a smaller one on this little Dremel that I have, and we can get up like the little corners and everything. But I think it's gonna turn out really good just by what I've seen so far. So let's do it. So there it is, just after a few minutes of going over it, you can see it's completely clean. That's like the super silver color. I think looking at this color here, I think I'm definitely gonna powder coat it. Nothing crazy, just like a plain color. But yeah, let's keep going. Still gotta get that side. You can kind of see like a before, after. So this thing will look good. I'm definitely gonna need to get like a drill attachment or something to get in these little corners and stuff, because that wheel's really big. But that grinder does some serious work. It eats that stuff away. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going on it. All right, so the grinder keeps dying. It needs to get put on the charger for the evening, but we are making some progress on these. I kind of want to make a full video about the powder coating operation and the cleaning operation of all this stuff, because that's going to be literally a whole day. So I think I'm going to cut that off there, but that's starting to look really, really good. Other than that though, I'm kind of at a standstill mechanically with the engine. Can't get those heads off. Probably just gonna start cleaning everything up on the engine a little bit more, just a lot of boring off-camera stuff. We still got this intake to take care of and see if we need to replace any of these vacuum lines or anything like that. I'd like to get this starter rebuilt. Although it does work, it is in a really painful spot if it decides to die, and it does seem pretty corroded around a lot of these areas. So there's a local shop I can take it to, get it all torn apart, rebuilt, and probably repainted for a decent price. So that'll be that. We need to get a new gasket for this throttle body, but as far as I know, I don't think there's anything wrong with the throttle body. We didn't have any misfires when we were doing the test drive, so I'm just gonna use all those coils that were there. I probably will change the spark plugs just because it's pretty inexpensive, I think, for a full set of the really good ones, the NGK. I think it's only like $25 for all 8 cylinders, so we'll definitely do that. Other than that, I think I'm at a standstill as of right now. I'm gonna do a lot of cleaning. I'm gonna get the shop cleaned up a little bit more. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this transmission. This thing is so heavy, but we'll have to get that moved out of the way for when we go to push everything back in. I don't know if I can open this. Yeah, I did start cleaning out this engine bay. You can see the subframe looks a lot nicer. The back of the firewall looks really good down inside the battery there. I was gonna make a whole video on this, but I realized it was kind of boring. But I started cleaning off like the brake system. Got the sweeper in here. There's a whole lot of stuff backed up. You can see there's a rat nest over there. We'll get to that. But yeah, I was using the purple power on there, and it was taking care of it. So yeah, as far as the S6 right now, not a lot going on until we get some more tools, some more parts. Those heads will come off and we will get those cleaned up. I don't think I'm gonna pull the valves out or anything unless I see something alarming. I'm just gonna clean them up, make sure there's nothing lodged down in there from all that stuff that fell in with the intake. But I think that's about it. We also have Spencer's car. Spencer's Ultra Sport is here as well. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on that tomorrow. I don't think anything for the video, but he has some crazy stuff coming up with that. He's got a muffler delete coming up. He's getting the windows retinted. Actually, I think they already are tinted, but it's nighttime. I'm not going to really be able to see anything. But yeah, he's getting his ECU tuned for two-step, higher boost, diverter valve. He's doing a whole lot of crazy stuff that we're going to be making a lot of content on. So it'll be the S6 and the A4, and then Katie's car, Katie's Subaru, we're going to be doing some coilovers, and she's got to decide on a pair of wheels that she wants to get so she can get rid of the Subaru stock wheels. I don't know what she's thinking on that yet. That might be a little bit farther out, but a lot of stuff coming up. I appreciate you guys subscribing, getting a lot more comments and likes on the videos. Views are up big time. Everything's just moving up. We crossed well over 100 subscribers. We're at 120 right now, I think, gaining like 2 or 3 a day. So I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.